in audio.
May start talking about Aston Villa.
Yes, people. What's going on? It is Villa Noir. I am JM, and today it is Tuesday at 12. I'm welcoming you into this midday, noon, lunchtime stream. If you're on lunch break, this is where you want to be. If you're about to go get some lunch, this is where you want to be. A quick conversation about all things Aston Villa as we go into the business end of the season. Before I do anything, before I get into any conversation points, big up to everybody that's in the chat right now. Andy, I see you, my bro. Big up to you, up the Villa as always. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you sub into the channel. I'm on the way to 1K subscribers. I would love for us to be able to reach there within the first year of me existing in this space. So yeah, listen, guys, this is it's Tuesday at 12. So obviously it's a quick conversation about all things that are going on at the club. Listen, can we be honest about Sunday? Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Andy, you got there before me. It wasn't the performance that we wanted. In fact, no, tell a lie. No, it wasn't the performance that we wanted. And it was 100% not the result that we wanted / needed. I think that if we won the game on Sunday, then we should have, and we could have Champions League wrapped up before this game on Friday against Liverpool. And now there's a little bit more jeopardy in that Liverpool game, a little bit more jeopardy when it pertains to Brighton and Bournemouth, who are 6th and 7th respectively, when it pertains to us getting that Champions League spot in the league. I know many Villa fans in here are saying are saying what they're saying about, we've got to focus on the Europa League, all this kind of stuff there. But I think for myself, it should have been a surefire 3 points against Burnley of all teams. And that's not to overlook Burnley. They've played everybody quite hard throughout the league. They've never really been trounced, all that kind of stuff. They played City quite tough at Turf Moor as well. So I never expected it to be an easy win, but I think the manner in which we conceded those goals, for me, it just spoke of the continuing problems that we have. And if it's not addressed in the summer, we're going to be having the same conversation this time next year. But the reason for this stream, the reason for today's conversation is because we need to make sure we keep the main thing. And last week, even before the Burnley game, I've been saying this. Oh man, I've been saying that Villa's objective has always been to get Champions League football, whether that's through the Europa League or whether that's through the league, right? And right now we're in a prime position where we can get it through both means. So I know, Andy, you just said we aren't beating Liverpool or City. I know. Yeah, to be honest, I don't mind. As long as City beat Bournemouth on the weekend, we're good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? As long as City do what they need to do this weekend against Bournemouth, in reality, we're all right because we're 4 points ahead of them. Then there'll be only one more game week to go, and they're not going to catch us with 3 points. So regardless of what happens, they won't catch us as long as Brighton don't win on the weekend, or if they drop points. Look, we're in a decent position, right? And then we've still got the Europa League to play for. Um, uh, listen, look, before I get to my point, let's address this because people were getting on to me yesterday on the catch up, and um, and even in the comments I had a pre this morning, I was like, I think people missed my point. So my point about Arsenal, the Arsenal game itself in a vacuum, bro. Arsenal did what they needed to do. They scored the goal that they needed to score. They defended. They played. I think Arsenal played pretty well. I think Arteta he made a mistake with the first substitution that he made, but he rectified it, and we saw why he actually is a bona fide manager. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm never gonna I never got a chance to say these things on the catch yesterday because what I wanted to understand and I wanted to hear from the Arsenal fans was if they really think it. Start again. I wanted to know from Arsenal fans if they could be objective enough to recognize that how that whole situation in the box, the pushing around, all that kind of stuff, has been consistently refereed, and then also on top of that, be able to objectively see as a football fan that your team has seemed to have got so the rub of the green quite often. So that same foul that Pablo did on David Raya, which was a foul, I've not said it wasn't a foul. It is a foul and was a foul, but um we've seen this from Arsenal at other points in the season and seasons before, and it's not been penalised. That's all. That's my only point that I had to say. And I was saying just in terms of the timing, that the at this point of the season, it just was frustrating to see that something that has been kind of left for other teams multiple times throughout the season, that it's at this point that this decision was made. That was my only point. I didn't say it wasn't a foul. I didn't say I didn't I didn't dismiss everything else that Arsenal did in the game. I didn't dismiss the save that David Raya made in the first and the second half. I didn't dismiss the brilliance of Odegaard when he came on and started dictating the game. I didn't dismiss any of that. I didn't even get a chance to talk about it yesterday because everybody was getting on to me about what I was saying about the foul. And all I was looking for from Arsenal fans was some objectivity and some balance to recognize that, yo, you guys benefited from the inconsistencies. So I'm to all the Arsenal fans that jumped on the catch yesterday and thought that I was gunning at them. Like, I will gun at you all the time because I want to get onto Arsenal because you guys get on my nerves. However, I was just looking for some balance, and nobody even allowed that opportunity for the balance to come. Because as soon as I mentioned the foul and I said, look, I can show you a similar situation earlier in the season where a goal was given, no one was trying to hear it, but it's cool. Let's get back to the main thing of the main thing today. Because as an Aston Villa fan, Andy, I hear you. As an Aston Villa fan right now, it is very techie. It's very techie. You know, we're seeming to implode on the league side of things, and then also the Europa League is never a given. But keep hope alive. But I watched the video last week, right? I watched the video last week, and it was Unai Emery's first press conference for Aston Villa, and I watched it, and I'm not saying it got me emotional or anything like that, but it made me realize, yo, what he said he's gonna do, or what his objective was, he's gonna do it. So let's just watch it quickly. Let's just watch it quickly, and you tell me what you think, guys. Yeah.
My dream is to win a trophy with Aston Villa. Is my personal challenge at the beginning, and my second dream or my objective could be to play with Aston Villa in Europe. But now we have to start thinking only the next match because really we are in not good position in the table now, and each match is going to give us a lot of information from the players, and I want to test, I want to check individually and collectively the players, and next match is my only focus now on Sunday against Manchester United, and of course playing here at home.
So, Unai Emery came in 3.5 years ago and said his dream is to win a trophy with Aston Villa. Second part to that dream is for us to get into Europe. And just for context, guys, I know a lot of people don't follow us. When he came in, we were 17th in the league. 17th in the league, floundering, looking at relegation as a possibility if things never improved. He came in, and in that first season, he got us into the into the Conference League. The year after that, he got us into the Champions League. The year after that, we narrowly missed out on Champions League, and now we're in the Europa League and in the final of the Europa League. If Unai Emery, if we win on the 20th of May, yeah, because he's succeeded in one of his objectives of getting us into Europe. He's got us into Europe's highest competition. He got us playing in the quarterfinal of the Champions League in our first time in the Champions League in the highest competition in Europe in 40 plus years. And we went toe to toe with the eventual champions. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So my thing is, we got to keep the main thing the main thing. The objective is still the objective. When we came into this season, the objective was Champions League football. And guys, as Villa fans, we can be critical. I can be critical. The style of play has been awful at points. We see the lack of quality at points as well. With the players, we saw it on the weekend. They were tired, 100%. They were tired. However, we can see the lack of squad depth, the lack of quality. But if Unai Emery, if we win on the 20th of May, he has not only succeeded in his objective for this season, but he's succeeded in the dream that he laid down on day one. On day one. So my thing is, yes, we shouldn't have lost. It felt like a loss. We shouldn't have drawn to Burnley. Yes, the form of late has been at best mid, at best. And yes, at this point in the season, the form isn't great, but we are 90 minutes away from succeeding. We are 90 minutes away from being one of the only potentially 3 or 4 teams in England, in England's top flight to get silverware this season. We are 90 minutes away, maybe some change, away from being able to be crowned Princes of Europe, right? And we're 90 minutes away and 2 games away in the Premier League from getting that objective of Champions League next season. We know how important Champions League football is for us, not just in terms of cachet, it is money. Financially, it's important. So I don't want us to get bogged down. Look, I've said it repeatedly. If we don't get the objective, if we don't get to Champions League, then you can cook me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If we don't get to Champions League, then you can say all the things you want to say about us, me, Villa fans. But right now, we're on the verge, and I'm confident that we'll do. If, like I said, win or lose against Liverpool on Friday, right? I'm only going to start getting nervous when or if Burnley do something against Manchester City, right? That's the only way I'm going to be nervous, because then we have to go to City the week after and actually potentially do something. So it is what it is. I think as Villa fans, we have literally, there is 12 more days of this season, right? Liverpool on Friday, final next Wednesday, last game of the season next week, Sunday. 12 days left of the season. The objective is the objective. And I believe, and someone might call me an idiot for this, I actually have faith that Unai will do it. I have faith that, you know what, we will limp over the line. You know what, would we have did we want to limp over the line? Nobody wants to limp over the line, right? No one wants to limp over the line, but I think we'll limp over the line. One of the guys from the catch with SB, my bro, he said, you know, Arsenal are gonna limp over the line. I said I don't think that's the case because these guys are chasing you down, innit? But he said, yo, if we limp over the line, we limp over the line. And I hear it. The same with Villa. If we limp over the line, we limp over the line. The fact of the matter is we'll get over the line. And it's just interesting that nobody's got this same chat for Liverpool. Like, big up my boy KJ, all that, you know what I'm trying to say? But no one's got this same chat for Liverpool. No one's saying, oh, you do, oh, da 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 da. Hold on. We both play each other on Friday, right? We both play each other on Friday. They've got only one chance or one way of getting into the Champions League. We've got two ways of getting to the Champions League. We're equal on points. So, what are we saying here? And I just don't like the rhetoric about Aston Villa and saying, oh, you guys are, are you guys good? Are you guys good? Let's really analyze the thing. Aston Villa to be where we are right now, right? For us to be where we are right now, competing at the level that we are against this person, against that person, and whoever, yeah, with how we haven't spent the way that other teams have spent, or haven't had the ability to spend how other people have spent. Yo, we're doing well. We're doing well, and we will get over the line. So let's keep the objective. The objective is Champions League football by any means necessary. And the great thing is we're playing on two different fronts. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, as I said, if we don't get Champions League, you can cook us. Big up my brothers. You can cook us. If we do get Champions League, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody because in reality, we shouldn't be here. This is the thing. When I see stuff like this, on what grounds are you saying this, bro? On what grounds are you saying this? All the odds say that we should get there. There are only 6 more points to play for. We've got 4 points lead on Bournemouth, right? Who have to play Man City on the weekend. Come on, man. Come on. Let's stop being stupid and start looking at facts and start looking at how things really can play out. I'm not saying that Bournemouth are going to lose to City, but I'm saying they could draw against City. Do you know what I mean? And we've still got to play Liverpool at home. And the thing is, we're playing Liverpool at home. Yes, the finals a few days after, but there's 5 days rest. Who's to say we can't put out a strong team against Liverpool? I will speak to that. I'll speak to that later on in the week. Friday, I'll probably do a team talk earlier in the day, and then I'll do my watch along. But who's to say, man? Like everyone's getting stressed, man. The objective is the objective. Aston Villa will get Champions League football. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. And Z, I hear you. But bro, man don't even need to win. So I'm not saying we don't have to win. We could draw against Liverpool. Yeah. If the fact of the matter is, if Bournemouth lose against City on the weekend, it's done. It's done. No one's trying to hear, man. It's done. Get me? So that's what I'm looking for. And I guess the frustration for Aston Villa fans is the fact that this could have been done before. Brighton, okay. Who are Brighton playing? Who are Brighton playing on the weekend? Hold on. I don't know why I'm using my iPad. I could use my laptop, but 2-6. Brighton have got Leeds. Now Leeds is safe, so they don't necessarily have to play hard, but they're going to Ellen Road. Do you know what I mean? They're going to Ellen Road. I'm not saying that they're not going to win, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, it points to things being in our favor. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think we just need to just tranquilo. I believe Unai knows what it. Brighton can catch us. I know they can, but will they? Will they? Brighton have got Leeds. Brighton have got Leeds, and then they've got who they got on the final day of the season. They got United on the last day of the season at home. Come on, guys. Like I just need us to be honest. I need us to just be straightforward. Like, I'm not saying Brighton are going to lose to United, but they might draw to United. Come on, man. Come on. The fact of the matter is, this whole conversation could be done by the weekend. And then it could be done by midweek next week when Aston Villa win the Europa League. Then what? What's anyone going to say then? No one can say anything then. So I just want us to just remain objective as much as we can and keep the objective in mind. We will get Champions League football by any means necessary, right? And as I said, I just want some equality in the world, bro. Liverpool, sorry, KJ, but Liverpool are on the same points as us, same predicament as us, one less opportunity to get into the Champions League than us after spending 450 mil plus in the summer. But no one's got no chat for them. But everyone's getting on to me because I'm speaking heavy about my team. Come on, man. Relax, man. Let's be sensible people. But yeah, I've been on this for too long now. Let me just run through these comments. This is foolish. This is foolish. This is foolish. Do you know why man are just chatting rubbish, bro? Man are just chatting rubbish about not making the playoffs next season. Bro, where did Aston Villa finish when we did the Champions League the first year round? We were in the top 8. We're in the top 8. We've got a manager that knows how to maneuver through Europe. Bro, we went toe-to-toe with PSG. No one else has taken PSG to that level since. Nobody. But everyone's chatting. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. It's mad. It's mad. And it's always Arsenal fans chatting rubbish. Sure. But yeah. Andy, I hear you, man. I hear you got a few more years on me. But I need this, man. I need this. And I believe we can. I think for us to fall at the final hurdle, it would just break. It would actually be heartbreaking, genuinely. But I'm staying believing. This is it, man. This is it. It's all right, man. Z, you just make sure you guys do your job, innit? Yeah? All right, say less. You say less. But guys, listen. It's been 20 plus minutes. I'm gonna get off, man. Go and enjoy the rest of your lunch break, all this, that, and the other. You know, it is Tuesdays at 12. This is where I'll be having a conversation. Make sure you're liking this stream. Make sure you sub into the channel. I really want to get to 1K subscribers ASAP. And we go from there. But listen, large up everybody. Remember tomorrow, 5 p.m, the boardroom, myself, KJ, KG, we'll be chopping it up, all that good stuff there. So join us there tomorrow, 5 p.m. You know what it is. Big up to everybody. God bless. And as always, up the Villa. Peace.